Am I a fleegan? Am I a vegan? Am I a vegan? No, because who I am is a human being on the surface, and who I truly am on the deepest level is a divine being, just like you. So I am not a to be verb vegan or anything. Um, what I do is related to veganism. What I do is what I eat is vegan food. My diet is vegan. My energy source is vegan. That's the way I like to really describe it, because that's what it is. So our vibration and frequency and our consciousness is affected by what we intake visually, audially, and definitely strongly what we eat and drink, and what we breathe too, the quality of the air. So the quality of our energy source determines enormously our physical well-being, which also influences and affects and is totally intertwined with our chakras and our endocrine glands and our vibrational well-being, our mental and emotional state. Even you can call it your spiritual state also. So the reason why I eat a vegan diet and choose a vegan energy source is because it's less toxic, or it's less involved with energies of cruelty, and it's much more involved in energies of love and compassion and care and respect and treating others with dignity and honor and reverence. Those words are very important to me, and those words are energies. They're pointers towards the truth. They represent sweet, high vibrational frequencies and things. There's more peace in vegan energy source because there's less sadness and crying and hurt and pain, discomfort and killing or murder. I won't even call it death, because it's not chosen death or natural end of life death or end of like old age type of death. It's killing and murder by the choice of other beings, humans. So it's definitely a very sad thing to think of or to see or to witness what goes on in either factory farms or grass-fed, organic, free-range camps, what you call them, non-concentrated camps of death and killing, and they involve and entail the energies of exploitation, which is definitely not a loving thing. We do not exploit anybody we love. We don't use something we love or kill them early, anybody we love. Would you or me want to kill our mother or our daughter, our father, our son, our brother, our sister? Would we want to impregnate / rape / and milk? Just keep impregnating every year and milking, possibly even injecting hormones if it's factory farmed. But even if it's not factory farmed, you're just using and exploiting and impregnating, and then selling milk, taking the milk from the baby, which is made for the baby. When I was younger, I didn't know all of this sort of stuff. And it's only as time goes by, I become more and more knowledgeable and clear on the ins and outs of what's actually involved. I would not want anyone to impregnate my daughter against her will and take her milk from her, and to take her baby from her babies, because that's what happens. When I drive by and I see a beautiful field of lovely sheep or beautiful cows, they're so pretty, so nice. I'm not seeing a family. I'm not seeing a community. I'm not seeing a happy family or a diverse society. All I'm seeing, and what I know now, I'm seeing a whole lot of young girls separated from their family and mothers, all living on their own. It's all just a bunch of women, if I can even call it women, because they're young and they grew up sad and alone from their families and their parents and their mother. Is there any fathers in that field? No. Is there any brothers? No. It's a sad thing, my friends. It's very, very sad for me, for sure. If I'm to tune into the energy of what it really is, instead of what it looks on the superficial, looking in my eye as I drive by, I look and I look as I love them and I see them and I think they're beautiful. I love and adore these creatures, and then they're gone. I've driven by. It's just a flash in my life, a flash in the pan. Does that mean I then feel really angry and judge the people doing this? Not really, no, because I know, like the way the Bible apparently says, Jesus apparently said, forgive them for they know not what they do. I'm included in not knowing what I've done to others to inflict emotional pain, my friends. I'm nobody to judge. I'm not here judging anybody. I am not a vegan. I am not a vegan. It's not a to be verb, it's my energy source. It's what I like to get involved with. And just speaking of energy sources, like the energy source of natural, simple, raw living foods is much higher energy source than cooked vegan food as well, for sure. Most of the time I eat all raw vegan. And here and there, in and out, here, there and everywhere, I kind of tend to go back into eating cooked food, cooked vegan food also, which definitely lowers my frequency, energy and vibration, but I find it a little bit tempting and hard to give up sometimes. And that's another video. That's more in terms of physical stuff. It's also entailed mentally, emotionally, but this is a little bit more along the lines of being emotionally tuned in and heart-centered and aware of information and the truth beneath what you just quickly see, knowing what's really there. So another thing about the whole, like, we all know factory farming is basically very disgusting and extremely disturbing. They're treated like objects. And the energy of treating another living being that has feelings and loves its family and wants to live and feels happiness or sadness and pain or comfort, to treat something like that as an object is a very low, very, very low frequency and energy, especially when you're involved in pretty brutal and disgusting treatment during their lifetime, ending with a pretty disgusting and horrible killing or murder or death. But the thing is, even on these organic, grass-fed, semi-free, nice farms, what are they? Is it a camp? Is it a concentration camp? No, it's a diluted, not very concentrated camp. Ask yourself this. Would you like to be only allowed to live in part of your town, or a tiny, tiny, tiny town, or your living estate, if you live in an estate, like in a group of houses? Would you like to be so non-free that you couldn't pass by a barbed wire fence? No, I wouldn't anyway. Would you like if your babies were taken away from you and you were impregnated every single year? Some people call this like nice or like happy or good, but it's not really. If you ask yourself and you ask my opinion, it's definitely not. It's actually very sad. It is the energy of using or exploiting or treating like a thing or a commodity, something that's actually living and palpably feeling feelings. Would you like you or your family to be treated this sort of slave-like type of way? And separated from each other, where you can't spend life with your friends or your family, your loved ones, your parents, your mother, your siblings. And only at the end of it all, when you get old enough, you become, if you're a boy, you'll be killed young, early. And because you're not wanted by the dairy industry, you're useless except for selling for meat as a byproduct. That's what the boys are sold as and given away as. Stuff like veal, killed as a baby, basically. For me, that's pretty much very disturbing and disgusting. And if I was to ask you a question, how would you feel if your beloved pet, be it a cat or a dog or whatever the pet is, would you like your rabbit or pet, your beautiful beloved member of your family? Because that's what animals are. They're all basically like pets. They are beautiful beloveds that deserve respect, honor, and dignity, and protection, and safety, and care. Would you want them taken away or killed just because somebody wants to eat them? So there's no difference between an animal in the field that we don't call our pet and an animal we just live with. What determines right to life is not what a human lives with. So why is it illegal? See, there's indiscrepancies here. There's incongruencies. There's double standards. Why would everyone or anyone feel very angry or upset, or it's illegal and you get prosecuted or like put in jail for animal cruelty by hurting somebody's dog or a rabbit or a cat and killing them with a hatchet or something, just doing something horrible like killing them or kidnapping them or impregnating them like with another? It's just all weird stuff. Imagine that's illegal and you get in trouble. It's societally not allowed or accepted. So why is it that the other stuff is allowed and accepted? There's no reason other than money. Money, power and control at the top of the chain, as well as to try and make human beings sick. Because cooking meat and dairy and breast milk, which is made for babies, it's very bad for you, and it helps promote cancer, diabetes, osteoporosis, arthritis, bad for your cardiovascular system. You're plaquing your insides of your veins and your arteries, hindering circulation. It's, as I said, it's very cancer promoting. So another thing, like breastfeeding and giving birth is very tiring and sucks tons of energy from a mother to produce a baby or to produce breast milk. Okay, so taking this ruthlessly, in my opinion, to forgive them for not what they do type of way, this is exhausting on the mother. So you're very disrespecting the mother and her baby. You know, you're robbing the baby's milk and you're exhausting the mother, slowly wearing her out, making her grow old fast. It's not a normal thing, even in human societies, to get impregnated year after year. Many cultures often wait 3 to 5 years or even more between babies so the mother can recover and regather her energy and her health. That's why a lot of women, after having too many babies too soon, get what's called postpartum depression, because their body's being sapped and drained of vital life force, which is called Jing in traditional Chinese medicine or the East, or stuff related to Taoism. We die when our Jing becomes really low, and that's what typically what old age is related to. It's a degeneration / wearing out / tiring out of our body and our Jing. So this is not a very compassionate or caring, loving, kind, nurturing thing to do. So let me ask you a question as well, okay? Like, before I ask, what I wanted to ask you was like, actually, let me just get back to something because I just got a little bit distracted there. I'm coming to only 3 minutes left on my battery for the video. How would you feel if someone came and killed your cat or dog or your pet? If you loved them, they're part of your family, they're part of your heart. So why would that not be allowed, but is allowed that you or somebody else like hurts and kills other animals that aren't pets? What is a pet and what isn't a pet? We have to ask questions, my friends, if we were to wake up and grow and mature in life. I can't force you or another person to mature, wake up and grow and move from a 3D state of consciousness to 4 and 5D state of consciousness. It requires self-reflection and asking sincere questions that other people in society have not taught you to ask necessarily, except for in empowering videos like this and other ones. So, in my opinion, what I've come to the conclusion is there's very little ethical or moral difference. There's no difference really. But I want to say, and I remember what I was going to say now, is what is love? Because this is a big important question. If you love your child or your pet, and we never own a pet, they're only a companion, and we're a carer for them, and we share love, they're part of our family. We don't own you can never own a living being. I can't own a plant, you can't own a human, you can't own your child, you can't own your mother, you can't own your friend. You can only own non-physical things like a book. You can't own land either. because that's Gaia. It belongs to Gaia. It's part of Mother Earth, Pachamama Gaia. As the natives would say, we belong to the land. The land doesn't belong to us, and that's fully true in my opinion, for sure. But an aspect of love that's very powerful is protecting and saving. If your pet, or your daughter or son or mother, or brother or sister, fell into a river and was drowning, or was unconscious on the road, or something like that, or they had an accident, would you just leave them there to die, or would you want to protect them from a danger, or save them from a danger, or from an injury? Love inspires us and instills us to take action to protect and save what we love. So bear that last part in mind, my friends. Loads of love to you. Please do share this message. Comment, subscribe, and like, and appreciate you for showing your support. Thank you. Lots of love. Namaste. And befriend me on social media.